Alright everybody, let's make some hot sauce, shall we? But before we get started here, I want to give credit to the YouTube channel that inspired me to make hot sauce, and that is Khang Starr. I'll leave a link in the description to his video making the hot sauce. It is freaking awesome. Now, he doesn't go through measurements or anything like that. It's just baseline. So that's what I'm doing. This is the first time that I'm making this hot sauce, and having that baseline, I can tweak or change or do whatever I want to make the hot sauce that I enjoy. So let's get started. Buddy wants some hot sauce. But I'm going to be using the NutriBullet. A lot of the stuff that I've researched calls for fermenting the whole peppers and then grinding them and straining them and simmering it and everything. I just found that his video was a lot more along my lines of how I wanted to make hot sauce. And if you guys are serious about dehydrating, food preservation, canning, food storage, this NutriBullet is a really valuable tool if you're into that. So the first thing we're going to have to do is we're going to have to de-seed all these, cut them up, de-seed them, cut tops off, so there's no seeds. We're not grinding the seeds or anything like that. We want them all nice and clean. And obviously I need a lot more peppers for that, because once everything's de-seeded and everything, I want me a nice level colander here, and I'll show you that in a little bit. Another thing is rubber gloves. I will cut up jalapenos all day, but when you start getting into guys like this, or especially this guy right here, don't take a chance with it. These oils are pretty heavy, and even if you wash your hands several times, you can still get it in your eyes and your nose and everything. So heed the warning: when you're working with badasses, wear rubber gloves. Alright, well, let's get started. One last ingredient here is this apple cider vinegar. This is going to be added in at the last of the process, before we bottle it. So I have the large cup here to the NutriBullet, and there's a max fill line right there, and that's 3 cups. So the ingredients that I was going by was probably for about 1.5 cups. So I'm going to try to double that. First I'm going to get my bell peppers in here. Got my bell peppers. This stuff is potent. Yeah, make sure you wear gloves with this, because this is no joke. Alright, so I'm just going to grind this up a little bit. You want to leave it a little chunky like that. And I know the fumes are going to be outrageous taking this off, so you want to be careful with that. Just going to keep adding more peppers here. Ooh, yeah. That is something else. Dang it. Yeah, looking pretty good. Get some more in there. I'm probably going to keep going until I get close to that max line right there. Just keep shoving that down in there. Yeah, nice and chunky there. See, I don't know if you can see that. It's like real chunky, and you want it to be chunky during the ferment process. Helps it ferment. Where's my line here? Alright, so let's get some garlic. We'll add our garlic, our salt, and sugar in here. Alright, we're going to add our garlic now. I have 9 cloves of garlic. We're going to do our salt, and we're going to do a little bit more, seeing this how this is more. Half a tablespoon of salt. Maybe just a little bit more than half, and then a whole tablespoon of cane sugar. So we'll do a little bit more than a whole tablespoon here. A little bit more. Gotta find the right mixture, and then I think we'll add a little bit of water here. That should be enough. Give this a good mix in here. Yeah. Let's see what it's good, still nice and chunky, everything like that. I'll let that settle down a little bit. Show you what the mixture looks like here. So as you can see, it's nice and chunky. Alright, so we have our bell peppers, our hot peppers, our garlic, our salt, and our sugar. And we just ground this up. As you can see, it's nice and chunky. So now to let it ferment, and you want to let it ferment for at least 5 to 7 days. So I'm just going to put a plastic bag over this, and I'm going to put it in a shelf in a dark spot, and we'll come back in 7 to 10 days. I think I'm just going to let this ferment until my bottles come in. So we'll come back when we do the final process. We'll be adding the vinegar and then mixing it down to a hot sauce consistency. So here's the second mixer, second container, getting ready to ferment. And like I said, 5 to 7 days minimum, and you want to stir it every day. It'll start to bubble and ferment, and you just want to keep stirring it every day until you're ready to do the final mix and bottle. So this has been sitting up in the cabinet for about a week, 6 days or so. The other one I'm going to let sit a little bit longer. Let's see if you can see here. See how it's separated on the bottom? It's been bubbling up and everything. I'll give it a stir here. Oh yeah, you can tell it's been fermenting, but the smell is. Get this stirred up here. I'll show you guys. the smell is, you can smell the heat in it, the peppery and everything like that. Put this over here. As you can see, I'm getting it all stirred up, like nice and chunky and everything like that. So like I said before, this is my first batch, and this is where we're going to add the vinegar. Okay, this is the final step. We're going to add the vinegar, and then we're going to just grind it up until we get the consistency. So I have a lot more than King had in his video, so I'm going to start out with a full quarter cup of apple cider vinegar and see where that gets me. I might have to add just a little dad more, but this is where, you know, like my first time, this is going to be my baseline, and then the more I make it, I can adjust and get it down. But we'll see what we got here. Let's add some vinegar. We'll put it in the NutriBullet here, and hopefully we got some stuff to bottle. So a quarter cup does not seem like a lot. I'm going to go a full. I'm going to go a full one. Let me be brave here. You don't want to add too much, but then again, I guess it depends on the consistency that you want your hot sauce. We'll get this put on here, and I'll get this in the NutriBullet. Move this around. That up there. Alright, let's do this, guys. I want to get a lot of the chunks out here. Ooh. Steaming. Yeah, it's still chunky, so we'll just keep on letting it go. Oh yeah. No, it's getting there. Getting pretty good. Getting real good. But I want to do this really fine, so I'm just going to keep on going, and then I'll come back to you. So yeah, I've been running it through just a little bit at a time, and the consistency, or everything's getting pureed up really nice, but it builds up. It wants to, you know, build up a little pressure, so I've been grinding it and then checking it. So we'll take this off here, show you guys what we got going on here. So let's see if we can see this here. Looks pretty good. Looks really good. Everything is ground up pretty good. I'm just going to let this settle for a little bit, and then we can put it in the bottles. Guys, like I said earlier, there was a lot of aeration in here, so I poured it into a bowl here to kind of just chill it out, and the consistency is really good. So let's put some into some bottles. So far I'm happy. Alright, let's fill up a bottle here and use his little technique here. Alright guys, here's my first bottle of hot sauce here. Put this cap on here, and then get this tightened down, and oh, there's my first bottle. Very cool. Let's put some shrink wrap on it, see if that works. Alright guys, so check it out. Look, this is my first yeah, that's kind of funny. That's my first attempt at shrink wrapping, but I used a hair dryer, but it shrinked wrap around there. It was like pretty good. This is my first bottle, man. My first bottle of hot sauce. We don't know how it's gonna taste yet, but that's pretty cool. I'm excited about it. It's got a good consistency, and it looks nice, and I'm sure the pepper's fermenting in the vinegar. Nothing goes bad in vinegar. Yeah, I'm excited. Alright guys, let's try this out. Gotta have a limited edition bush here. Gotta clean the palate. That way it's neutral grounds. Okay. Alright, I got my overflow here. And for all of you that are thinking that I'm bullshitting you or whatever, I plan on sending some of this out to fellow YouTubers, so I'm not going to not taste test it before I send it out to friends of mine. So we're just going to put a little bit on here, just a little bit. Okay, a little dab there. You can see that. It's just a little dab. Okay, or try it out, see how it goes, see how it tastes, and it's good consistency. I mean, it's nice, really nice.